Hi, my name is Samantha Paige Wierick. I am the first to tell my story. I'm also here to show you as an example of what you can do and send to us, and we can put it in our Instagram and YouTube to spread awareness about this documentary. We also are trying to figure out a way to include it in the actual film. So, here goes nothing. Let's get truthful or vulnerable, I guess is the right way. So, I don't have BPD, but I would say I'm a BPD ally. I have a lot of friends and new friends, as I get to meet a lot of you guys that do struggle with BPD, and I love them very dearly. I have struggled with depression. My parents have always joked with me that I have bipolar disorder, which I guess it's not a funny joke, but I do struggle sometimes with highs and lows. Mine are normally like excitement for life, and then I can get depressed. So that happens. I have, as I got older, been able to more regulate it. I will say, for me, what throws me into a depression is that I'm super career oriented, and when my career's not going right, or goals that I expected, or my life plan didn't pan out perfectly, I tend to get sad, and I can get pretty sad about it. But as I am almost 30, I have kind of figured out how to work with it and deal with it. I also have come to learn that I'm an empath, whether I like it or not, and that does make things a little harder with emotions, and I do care deeply about people. So, I am Team BPD. I'm here to make the world a little bit brighter for you guys, hopefully. But I do think mental health is incredibly important. I guess I've not really ever talked about some of my issues with the world, let alone some other people, so it's a little challenging. But I did at one time get so low in my life that I did try to unalive myself. I was young. I was about 21. And I had just gone through a really massive breakup, probably with the only guy I've ever loved. I'm not in love with him anymore, but he's the only one that I did love in the past. Sorry, all my exes. But they know. They knew I wasn't in love with them. And I wasn't a successful actress, because I thought I'd just move out to California and become an actress, because that's what a 21-year-old thinks, and I didn't do that, and school was hard, and finances were hard. Living in California is really difficult, especially if you're not super wealthy, and I wasn't. I'm still not. So I had a lot building up on me at the time, and when you're younger, I don't know if you guys feel this way, feels like you should know everything, and you think you do know everything, and you don't know everything. Life gets different. But yeah, I did get really, really depressed, and thought it was better if I wasn't here, and that my problems would just go away, and I wouldn't be a burden to people. Not really that I was a burden, but my life wasn't going where I wanted it to go, and I couldn't see the path to get it there, and I struggled. I struggled a lot, and we ended up breaking up, and he went through a big emotional wreck period as well, and my parents told me that I was too depressed, and I needed to come home back to good old Texas, and I did, but I was not okay, and so I spent probably 6 months really just being horrifically sad, to the point where my parents did notice, and my mom asked me if I needed to get checked in anywhere. But luckily, through medication and through some therapy and a good support group, I got to bring myself out of that. And that's like probably the worst trip I've ever had. And I'm not diagnosed. I could have things, who knows. I'm sure this is all crazy up in there somehow, but I haven't been diagnosed with anything other than dyslexia and ADHD, which I do have severely. So I can't relate to you guys on a clinical level, but I can relate to you on, I've been there with depression. I've been at that moment of thinking that that was the only solution. It's not. I guarantee you, it's not. If anything, do it for me. I want you to be on this earth. I think you make a make the world better. I think you make the world a better place. So that is my darkest moment in my mental health journey. You're not required to tell those, but it does help some people. My best version of me actually is probably the most recent one. I have really gotten into meditation, really gotten into goal-oriented like lists, which I kind of always have been, but like being able to check off smaller ones to add to a bigger goal, so I can see that it's a trajectory going forward, even when I have some slip-ups or things that I don't think are that exciting for my career. Just so I can look back at it and see, oh, actually I am closer to the big dream, and everything I've been working so hard for wasn't for nothing, which I struggle with a lot. I tend to be pretty hard on myself on where I should be and how successful I should be. Also, just for everybody, the world's really hard to live in, like financially and just with everything going on. I feel like we're more connected, but I'm also more connected to everybody's problems. So if you're struggling, it's hard. So be kind to yourself. I think that's the biggest thing I've started doing as I get closer and closer to the big 3-0. It's coming in very soon. But yeah, no, being kind to yourself. You're your biggest hero and you're your biggest enemy. And I've been working on really, really, really being kind to myself and encouraging myself, even when I'm like, you dumb idiot. Trying to delete the negative voice in my head has been hard, but it's also been the greatest thing that I've done. So that's huge. Also, a big fan of meditation. We've got a meditation video coming in the next few weeks, so make sure to follow our YouTube channel and maybe that'll help. So hopefully, but I also have started surrounding myself with people that build me up, that I used to, and I still do struggle with this, that I give my time away pretty easily, and I devote my time and skill set to a lot of different people. So being able to set boundaries for myself has been a huge win. It's helped me not be so exhausted. So that's another little perk that I've been working on for my mental health journey. And then I get to hear from all you guys. It's been really exciting working on this documentary. I know BPD can have a lot of heavy subjects, and a lot of it has some horrific trauma, but I have really, truly enjoyed getting to know a lot of you guys, and the excitement for this film makes me feel like this film's worth it, and worth being pretty poor trying to produce it. We're working on it, working on sponsors, but it's been a huge joy. So sorry you have BPD, but thanks for being a part of my life. I'm so excited to get to work with you and get to know you guys and kind of hopefully be a part of this community, even if I'm not diagnosed with it. So long story short, I'm sure this video is super long, but that is a little bit of my mental health journey. I love you guys. I'm excited to work with you, and feel free to keep in contact. Let's be friends.